mentioned, it's definitely different to what they played against LSG. So if it is slower and if it turns, then with dew it will only help the batters. The ball will come on nicely. And even from a spinner's perspective, I mean, for someone like Chahal, he will find it difficult with a wet ball in those conditions. So Ashwin will be fine, but Chahal will find it difficult if there's dew. And that's something that I'm sure CSK wanted that advantage going into this game.
Yeah, Robbie, sometimes it can be tough fitting 12 overs of spin into 20 when you consider the power play. Tikshana back into the CSK side for Mitchell Santner. Do you expect him to bowl up front in the power play?
Oh, 100%. He's going to bowl 2 up front.
Yeah.
Because he's always bowled 2 up front, so I think he'll continue to do that for CSK. And then we will, I think, get 12 overs of spin in Chennai here today.
Because he's always but Mitchell Santner as well is often bowled before Jadeja, so do you think they would have been tempted to play all 4 if you would put Elliott in that quadrant as well?
Yeah, for sure. I think it probably would have crossed their mind knowing Clem. It would definitely cross their mind, and because also with the form of Ajinkya Rahane, suddenly you can throw up the order with Ruturaj Gaikwad, but it goes against their culture in the sense of how they like to give a long run to every player, and Devon Conway is someone who's scored a lot of runs for CSK at the top of the order, and that left-right combination is something that's working for CSK. Ask me, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here.
The injury as well, Anil, to Deepak Chahar, we talked about it a little bit before the toss. Do you think it's then a smart thing for them to do to play their home games on a ground like this when you consider what is now the strength of this bowling lineup?
Yes, Deepak Chahar is a big miss for them because at the start of the innings with the new ball, he has the ability to pick wickets, he swings the ball, so that's something that they'll miss. And even the Indian fast bowlers are still inexperienced. I know Tushar Deshpande bowled a beauty to Rohit Sharma in the last game, but they're still inexperienced. So it's important that on a pitch like this, MS sort of trusts his spin more than the fast bowler, and that's something that he always goes with. We know that MS captaincy comes to the fore between 7 to 15 overs. That's where he literally squeezes the opposition. And with this kind of a bowling attack on this kind of a surface, it'll be difficult for the opposition to get away.
Yeah, the death overs have always been an issue for CSK in the last couple of seasons. Akash Singh's back into the side. Can he be the guy to, I guess, do what we saw Anrik Nortje do, hit those Yorkers last night and really try and close the opposition down?
Akash Singh is a very exciting bowler. I played the Under-19 World Cup a few years ago, and is someone who's played also for RR, and has got a lot of gas. So he can be effective in the death, but he's also young. But one of the things that CSK have been doing is giving these youngsters a lot of opportunities in game time so that they get experienced. Mukesh Kumar is one of those, and Akash joined the side as a net bowler, but then after Mukesh's injury was added into the squad. So, and him getting an opportunity, he must be good to go and ready to go.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those battles up front because they will be under pressure, the young Indian bowlers. They have some very good batsmen in good form for Rajasthan. And if we go to the top and we look at Jos Buttler, Anil, and Yashasvi Jaiswal, who is arguably the biggest improver that I've seen over the last 12 months or so. But they both prefer pace onto the ball, don't they? And this change of pace, the slower nature of the wicket for someone like Yashasvi Jaiswal and Jos Buttler could be a big advantage for CSK.
It is big advantage for CSK, but at the same time, both these batters come hard at the bowlers. So irrespective of whether a spinner is bowling or a fast bowler is bowling, we saw Yashasvi Jaiswal take down Khalil in the first over. And Jos Buttler, I mean, he literally sort of outbeat Jos Buttler in that power play in the last game. So left-right combination, the spinners will also have to be on top of their game. So it's important that they certainly like pace on the surface, but they're good players who spin as well, both of them.
Well, the playing 11s will be a crucial part of these two sides for the night. Let's take a look at the first side, brought to you by GeoMart, and that is, Robbie, that is the side for Rajasthan. What do you make of it?
Padikal's back in the side, so I think they'll use that left-right combination well. Hetmeyer, Jurel's there. Finally, Riyan Parag misses out due to his lack of form. Impact player looks like maybe Asif may come in. I don't see anybody else coming in from that impact player list, and so I feel like he might come in as the extra bowler. and maybe Padikkal may go out after he finishes batting.
Yeah, what about Joe Root as a good player, genuine batsman? Could he have come in there instead of left up Padikkal to make it 4, or do you think, Anil, that they wanted maybe Adam Zampa, the Australian leg spinner, to have that option to bring in the third spinner?
Yeah, I think so. I think they're just waiting for how the wicket sort of behaves and then take a call. So they have an option. Yeah. They have an option in bringing in either Joe Root or even Ferreira or even Zampa. So that's one option they have, or even an asset, based on the conditions that they see. They're going to bat first, so I'm sure they'll have to make that decision based on how the top 3 batters go during the start that they get, because Rajasthan Royals, we know, are heavily dependent on the 3 batters, so it all depends on that.
Robbie, the CSK side for tonight, the changes, Tikshna in for Santner, and Akash Singh gets an opportunity too.
Yes, Akash gets an opportunity as well, and you know that their impact player is going to be Raidu. So when they come in the bat in the second innings, Raidu will be the one who walks in probably instead of Akash Singh perhaps, giving them a little bit more depth. But pretty much the rest of the squad remains the same. Ajinkya Rahane, I think, will bat in number 3, or it could be a left-right combination depending on who gets out there at the top of the order. So the rest of the squad, I think, is pretty much the same. Looks like a nice side on paper.
What about the matchups? Because I think that's going to play a crucial part. How MS Dhoni, we've talked about it, he's instinctive, he goes by his gut, all of those things. But do you seem to think someone like Tikshna will be used up against Jos Buttler? Then you might have Moeen Ali against Hetmeyer. Ball turning away, maybe Jadeja against Sanju Samson. Will that be plan A, do you think, the ball turning away and matchup specific bowling changes?
Yes, of course. I can see only Tikshna bowling in the power play to start with. Moeen Ali, unlikely, because you have Jos Buttler.
Yeah.
And after the power plays, definitely matchups. I'm sure Jadeja will be bowling at Sanju Samson, and if Buttler is still there, then he'll come in to bowl. And you will see Moeen Ali coming into the left-handers, whether it is Padikkal or any other batter, left-hander there, Hetmeyer. So yes, MS will certainly look at those matchups, but in the first 6 overs, I think